Hello, everybody. I got a pretty busy schedule today, so I was just going live for a minute, and my phone is on low charge. So this is my commitment to myself as a Southerner. So I'm having breakfast in the garden, as y'all can see. Y'all see the breakfast in the garden, and I am committed to. Let me do this one. Okay, put in the door. Okay, okay, there we go. We got this is the newest cilantro, oregano, sage. We're trying that out. That's just the what do you call it? A stackable garden or whatever. So yeah, we're trying that out. Anyway, back to my breakfast. So I am committed as a Southerner, which is not easy to do, to the breakfast. Just a change in the breakfast. Hey, what's up, Gabe? I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you showed up. It's been a little shit show around here, ain't it? It's been a real shit show. I'm trying to think. At first, I was taking, oh boy, a little personal. It has, yes. I was kind of busy and stuff yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to see anything. But the truth of the matter is, like when I told Big J, I was like, man, listen, we're all conflicted. I'm done. Let's just get you some money for a computer or whatever, just on some friendly shit. I thought I was doing a gesture of kindness just as a person, right? But apparently, at the end of that, it's a different stream, I think, but it's Mela and Pure, and the two of them are going at old boy for like an hour, and so all of that stuff that he was saying, I thought it was directed at me. What do you say? You a man? You trying to be a man? I was like, yeah, yeah, it was a lot. But the two of them were going at him, so he had Sugar Bum, Mela, Pure, and me. They went on for an hour telling him that he needed to spend his money wisely. And so that's what that was about. Because I was looking at the title, I'm like, damn, what did I do to deserve this much attention to be in a title? And it ain't have nothing to do with him. My whole joke was about Big J. I don't know why he thought it was about him, or maybe that was just a choice. It was I was joking on Big J. I wasn't putting boxing gloves on to jump in between two men. I don't know why he took it like that. Maybe he don't know my personality. I joke on somebody 2 or 3 days and then I let it go, and that's what I was doing. I was letting it go. So I was just surprised. I'm gonna send Big J something based on your community post, but decide otherwise. Well, in your case, Gabe, uh, being that you were the person that he, sacrificial lamb, so it was with your permission. You are, yeah. I don't think it's appropriate for you to contribute, in my opinion. You do what you want, but I don't think it's appropriate for you to be the person to contribute. But for other folks, that twerk in his chat and be, up and down and in and out all the time, it's for the channel, I believe. So might as well. He likes I'm in competition with him. I'm not. Right. That's what he said to me too. He was like, you playing big bank, you in here, let the man do the man. I'm like, I didn't know gender was tied to money. I didn't know. I didn't think so. Um, and I think money is green and whoever got it spends it. But Pure and Mela, they were the ones. That's why she said he said you women need to let men play. But he seemed like he was directing all that fire and flame at me. But in actuality, it's because them women spent an hour. So I had left that Big J string. They spent an hour. Pure and Miller spent an hour, basically kind of scolding him and telling him he was wasting his money, and that it's not. Well, Miller was saying, you trying to buy people. She had some harsh things to say, But Pure was saying that you got kids, and he started telling her, "Oh, I do this for so and so. I do this for so and so." He started going down a list. He was kind of in defense mode. So that stream that he did, while he had my name, it said May and other women. He really was probably upset because they spent an hour. I wasn't even present. They spent an hour trying to tell him that he was very foolish, and that people who have money, they don't spend it like that. Which I agree. Yeah, yeah, it was directed at me, but he said, I don't know if you saw the title. It said May and other women. May and other women. And I was just like, what is he talking about? But most of that stuff, that rant he did, he actually said to Mela and Pure while they were on that stream. He just transferred all that information and stuff he said to that other his own stream and directed it at me. Right. Gabe, that is precisely why it's entertaining, isn't it? Because we would not cross paths with half of these people. Not even. I don't I don't know. I'm just kind of I live an isolated life, and it's kind of maybe retarded, but every all my friends, my family, people I'm around, people I associate with, most of them actually are doing better than me. If I'm brutally honest, they're mostly people are doing really nicely, and they have a certain kind of lifestyle. And I'm sure you're the same. And like they're all as educated as me or way over educated than me, and just lifestyles, and I would never run into any of these people. And I'm just being honest. I'm sure you do too. You find it hilarious that people like throw 200, $150 around, $200, or at least talking about throwing it around. It's funny to me. It's absolutely funny to me because if I have $500 just sitting around with nothing, oh, I got plenty and I know what to do with it, and it ain't gonna have nothing to do with throwing it away. you know? Uh, yeah, lifestyle and principle differences. Yeah, lifestyle is totally different. We understand that this is light, but folks really take these few dollars seriously. And that's the thing, they don't think it's a few dollars. They don't. I have a worldview. They really don't think it's a few dollars. And it takes a lot to impress me. A lot. And it's not because I'm fucking uber wealthy. Clearly I'm not. But um once you've seen real wealth, you just be looking like these people are playing. That's why I find it entertaining. I find it funny. For example, me and my husband went to Mall of Dubai, and we went to the Mall of the Emirates, and we sat near the what do you call it, the where they drop off the cars. Most of them have drivers, so they don't really do valet. But it's an area where your driver, man, them sports cars, them motherfucking Arabs came in. Me and my husband was just taking pictures. We didn't like stand around and take pictures. We sat on a far what do you call it, like a far uh bench or whatever near the mall right there at the entrance, and we just sat there. If we saw something impressive, some of this stuff, you see in the United States, but they had some shit that ain't nobody seeing, like custom made fucking man. Them Arabs get out so slick with them white outfits on, you don't know who they are. And we just sat there and looked at that. I'm just like, wow, this motherfucker's driving like a $2 million car. Wow. you know. And I saw some of the houses in motherfucking Arabs live in, whole castles and palaces. I didn't see wealth, so I'm hard to impress. Not like I have access to it, but when you see people get on private jets and the other shit they be doing, like in the Middle East, once I've seen some shit in the Middle East, Morocco, and some other places, this shit look like welfare. This look like food stamps and coupons. Everything in America started looking poor. I'm just being honest. You said exactly. Seeing real wealth and seeing YouTube wealth really provides perspective. Yeah, yeah. There's no wealth in none of this. No wealth. Let me suggest this, Gabe. I had some thoughts on it. I was gonna make a meme about it, but I said I was gonna do it. But we need some new rules for flexing. We do. Flex a insurance policy. Let's flex a $3 million, $5 million insurance policy. Let's flex that. My insurance policy versus your insurance policy. You feel what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Stuff that has value. Let's flex my portfolio, my stocks versus your stock, my bonds versus your bond, my property versus your property. And I know sometimes people don't want to show real private stuff, but this could be easy. You could just be like, let me just see, let me see your refrigerator. You got people flexing on here don't have a refrigerator, girl. I mean, dude, they don't have a refrigerator. He said my wife wanted to see Michelle Obama in the U.S., but all the book tour tickets were booked up. She then booked U.S. flights to Amsterdam, and we saw her in Germany. Insurance policies, assets, 529. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's a different level of flex. Exactly. Exactly. Let's see where you didn't, you know what I'm saying, where you travel to, where you frequent. Let's see some of that. And for people who actually invest in material things, this wouldn't be my level, but you got a boat, you got a boat house, you got a house on the lake. Let's see it. I mean, even just a simple fucking refrigerator. You got people that do not own a refrigerator and they on the internet flexing. And then refrigerators, they're I'm just saying on the most basic level, if you got a nice house, 'cause people don't want to necessarily show everything, but if you got a nice house, you can have a nice refrigerator. Not one of them types that they have at the apartment complex, you know, the little white one. It just open like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways to flex. Let me see your appliances. It's some real simple ways to flex, for real. If not on some real personal financial shit. It's a whole. Let's step outside. Let's see your neighborhood. Let's see that. hmm Do you got a backyard? You got some land, or you just got a apartment patio? That's what I'm saying. Right? Do you have some commercial real estate? Are you a landlord? Can you produce a lease? I can produce a lease. Do you got some vacation rental property? Do you got that? Can you produce a deed? Do you have some international property? You know, do you have some cabins in the mountains that you rent out? What do you have? Where's your extra sources of income? You know what I'm saying? Let's play your LLC versus my LLC. Let's play them kind of games. And I'm talking on my level. I'm sure there's some shit, the flex that I wouldn't even know of because I'm not on that level. I'm sure of it. I can only speak of the shit I know. Right. You said, May, I'm trying to acquire a laundromat or two. Ooh, Gabe, man, that's funny that you say that because laundromats, two things I have found out: laundromats as well as drink machines, vending machines make a killing. Make a killing. I have came across this lady and her uncle put her into the laundromat because he didn't want his kids didn't want to do it. And I would see her there, and she would be emptying out the machines. This is before they had the tap and pay cards, and she'd just be going through taking all them quarters out. She had bags and bags of quarters, and that's when it was cheap to wash. Now I ain't been to a laundromat in a long time, but $5, that's guaranteed. People, they always gonna be moving, and you got all these folks going homeless and shit. They got to go to the laundromat. People got to keep their clothes clean. And even though we be poor in America, we don't have the idea of washing our own clothes by hand. So yeah, we're black learning. We believe that black folk can really thrive. Yeah, black leaning. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I believe that black folks can thrive. I think we're more set up than anybody, and I think that way because globally. It's very hard to move in other people's country. It's hard to invest if you don't have a citizenship, and the only way you're gonna get citizenship is if you have property in that country, and even then, it's a long process. So I think the Germans and Canadians are crazy. Them Italians, the way they be investing in these expensive businesses, and they don't have citizenship because they have to wait through the process. But we are here, grounded, rooted. There's nothing we can't do. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think globally, you know what I'm saying? Some people just be thinking about, a lot of black folks just think about the town, the city they from, and they don't have nothing to compare it to. They got, oh, I got a Lexus, and ain't nobody else in my neighborhood got a Lexus. So they think they really doing something. Their world is so myopic, it's so small. You said, what does a $200 cash app mean when you really got life goals? Right, right. Yeah, I think it's funny. I'm like, what does it prove? It proves that you can waste money. I read the story of this guy who has this New Orleans float business. He's been doing it forever. He's a multi-millionaire out of New Orleans. And they interviewed him in his house and they were so surprised. He does all the floats. He has a whole like team and he has these like big, huge studios and he designs all the floats for the Mardi Gras. Been doing that. He's a major contractor. And dude is so wealthy. And he's got a lot of money. I'm not sure if he's a billionaire. I don't want to go that far. I want to say a multi-millionaire, like maybe 500 million, something like that. He's very wealthy, self-made guy, and he did it by building his floats. And they go into his house, and he has like a basic little ranch house. It's stuffed with bullshit like most old people. Real simple house. You would walk past that dude and never know. And he drove like an old truck. He'd been driving since he was like 25, you know. And that's just, it's not even new rich. I think it's internet want to be rich. That's the culture they promote, I guess. Hey, what's up, DLD? What's up? What's up? Yeah. So, yeah, we got to come up with some new rules for flexing. If people want to get on the internet and flex, they're going to have to come with some real, like, assets and shit to show. You know, I think Leonard Roy is really funny because he always go get his turntables, his music system. That's because he's so old. He thinks, he's thinking about the investment back then. But yeah, some shit like that. What can you show physically that you got? You know, and it is really about lifestyle, in my opinion. It's not really about all the stuff. It's not all the stuff. Like, some of the people I admire, they got a lot of free time. Those are the people I admire the most. Yeah, he's one of a kind. He's funny, but he's funny flexing too. He's funny with his little flexing. He pull out his turntables. What else he pull out? He pull out his car. He's got some old Cadillac or something. Or at least I don't know if I've seen it, but I see him bragging about it. But yeah, some people's flexing is kind of funny. But I understand. I mean, sometimes people be country and they ain't been nowhere. They don't travel. They don't go nowhere. That's the first thing. I got 5 countries. Let's do a 5 country flex. Let me see where you at. Can they do it? I mean, I guess I'm a pro travel type of person. So I just think that that's part of lifestyle. Get up and get out and see some shit, do some shit, be on some new shit. Go out in the world and be a fucking stranger to everybody. I love that shit. I love it. I love it. But yeah, you got people, they really think a pair of shoes or a pocketbook or some $500 tennis shoes. Mm-mm. And people who got money is cool. They usually be cheap. People who are comfortable and they got some money, they usually be cheap. They don't waste no money. They don't waste no fucking money. This lady who lives down the street from me, she owns 10 properties in Atlanta, and she owns one brownstone in Brooklyn. She's originally from New York. That bitch is so cheap. Her cars be raggedy as fuck. She cheap as hell, and she always dusty with paint and shit on. She refuses to pay any of these Mexicans to do her shit. Her ass like 60 years old. And she no, she like 65, 70. Her and her husband, they garden and they go around their properties and do repairs. And she's a landlord. You know what I'm saying? People don't waste no money. And the same thing with me and my husband. We do our own repairs. We're not gonna call. I call what to get. We have a new renter, and man, to paint that whole house, because that's what we use property managers. I don't do no self management. Been there, done that. Failure. And so when the tenant was gonna come, I was like, shit. They gave me, I think it was like $8,000 estimate to paint the whole house. I said, shit. I got my ass on the internet. I found some paint, spray, and guns, and bought an ass load of paint. I think it took damn near 30. No, it was not 48, about 30 hours. 30 hours nonstop just painting. Save the money. The same thing for GR. I go down there and do my own shit. I might use a contractor, but I'm gonna be on your head. I renovated the bathroom down there. I'm on your head. And whatever I can do myself and save money, I was like, let me go buy the materials with you. I'm gonna get on the truck with you and I'm buy the materials. Cause what you're not gonna do is give me the gringo price or take good materials and then go buy some bullshit and charge me for the bullshit. I'm gonna pay for the material. So I've learned that as a landlord, as a renter of properties and international properties. You have to make sure you get your exchange rate right because these motherfuckers will try to drag you. They'll try to okey dokie. And they'll falsify reports and receipts. I don't fuck around. Somebody tried that one time, gonna give me a receipt book. What the fuck is it? A receipt book? Mm-mm. Nah. Mm-mm. It's gotta come pre-printed. I said, that's okay. I'm gonna just do it from now. So anyway, my point is, I'm babbling now. But my point is that yeah, the flex gonna have to be on another level if people want to flex. I ain't talking about necessarily him, but anybody want to flex, they got to come on a whole new level. Because you pay $20, I pay $20, you pay 200, I pay us. I don't even play them kind of games. I'm not gonna throw my money away. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. My daughter, because I got my eye on this globe, and it comes with like an iPad, and it's like what, $300-400. That's the type of shit I buy, and it talks to you, and then you zero in on the globe, and then it communicates with the iPad, and it shows you like a video. So like the globe is interactive. It comes it comes alive, and it's technologically connected. Excuse me, I just swallowed wrong. But yeah, that type of shit. As people, when they say, "Oh, I spend on my kids," private school, are all the children in private school? You see what I'm saying? Not about clothes. Have the children traveled outside of the country? That's the type of stuff you can do with your money. Okay, I got my throat clear. Choked on the watermelon. Maybe that was a seed. You know what I'm saying? Have the children travel to Africa? If people have money for children, have they traveled internationally? Have they gotten a chance to see the Serengeti? I'm just saying. These are all things that people can do with their money. So we got to level up the selection, what I'm saying. I'm not in that game. I ain't got nothing to prove. I ain't got nothing to prove. And I know you don't either, Gabe. You don't have nothing to prove. But for those people who want to play them kind of games, they need to level it up. Get a higher taste. Higher taste. That butterfly's pretty. It just landed over there. But anyway, yeah. But for me, I don't know. I retired at 42, and I gave all that I'm willing to give to the world. I didn't spend all the energy I want to spend. And now I'm in creative mode. I just do what I want to do. I wake up and I be like, what do I feel like doing today? What do I feel like doing? And if my daughter wasn't in school and she was a bit older, I'd be getting my ass on the plane and be traveling to different countries a lot like my husband does. He still does, but I don't. I just I just feel like I need to stay really focused on her and her homework. He doesn't do the homework stuff. That's me. So, I don't zip off. He'll zip off. He'll wake up. I'm going to Philippines today. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. See you later. I'm going to Cuba. I'd be like, all right. See you later. He just hop on the plane and get the fuck on. And, so we signed up for a lifestyle. So that's all I'm interested in lifestyle. I'm not interested in having to flex and compete with nobody. I'm exactly where I want to be. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. Eat some fucking watermelon in the morning. And I'm about to go over there and pour water and libations on the earth. And spend a couple hours out here. My husband, he's sitting over there. You see where he at? He up there by the water barrels. Y'all see him? He up there by the water barrels listening to some music. I signed up for a lifestyle. I signed up for a life of no stress and ease and creativity. And that's all I'm concerned about. So I retired at 42. I've been retired with 5 years. My husband retired before that. He retired 2 years before me. Before so yeah, I was 40 when he retired. And yeah, so it's lifestyle, man. It's lifestyle. I'm just trying to live my best life on my own terms. And that's all I can ask of the world. And that's what my investments and my focus as a young person has afforded me to retire at 42. And everything else is just extra and fun. Yeah. And I just posted, I got my new hobby, y'all. Everybody. I was telling Queen about it. My new hobby. I got these couponing queens and these Becky's and Brenda's. And boy, ooh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I just did a round today. I think I only spent $50 today. I spent $50, but I bought a whole bunch of style. I think I put the picture up. So I've been doing that. That kind of gives me something fun and productive to do. 'Cause I used to run around buying pots and flowers and all kind of shit. Now I have like maximized. I cannot buy any more flowers and pots and decor and design. It's too much. Like I don't. I got that shit like on my, what do you call it? I got a pathway. I don't know what you call that. A bridge across the top of my house where you walk from one side of the house to the other upstairs. And the shit is just nothing but bags of stuff I didn't bought. And I ain't got no more shelving. I've maximized all my shelving. I got all these glassware and all this shit. So I'm done buying physical things. So if I'm gonna buy stuff, I buy something we can use. And the couponing is fun, but I failed the other day. Tried to buy fabric softener and the coupon failed. I don't know why I have such a bad. I just got to get deals. I can't get the coupon. The coupon is not working for me. I keep failing. I be so mad. I read the shit. It say 7 ounces. I got 7 ounces, but the coupon don't load. Oh well. But that's my new hobby. Anyway, all right, y'all. I got some tomatoes and peppers and no, no potatoes, beans to go pick. All right, y'all. Ashe. Y'all have a good day. Get your flex up. Boop boop. Ashe, y'all. I turn off.